right, collectors, thanks for joining me today, December 7th, 2024, a brand new year, hopefully with a ton of deals. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. We don't have a ton to talk about. It is the beginning of the year. Everybody's getting back into the, swing of things. I know it's a little late to get the show on the air, but, family comes first. And when you have family commitments, you take care of those first before everything else. So that being said, as always, why don't we start off with a couple of house cleaning items or, a couple of reminders real quick. I did a couple of vehicle customs or mod or kit bashes. Go check those out. I'll put screenshots of those right here. A little bit of shameless self-promotion. And plus, you never know, you might find yourself looking into those and maybe making them for yourself. As always, I always try to modify vehicles as awesome as possible for as little as possible with as much being as versatile as possible. So, anyways, let's go ahead and start taking a look at some of the deals we got this week. Now, some of the things I'm going to show you, you didn't see on the hunt. Well, that's because they're included probably midweek this week. I'll compile another hunt together and put it out maybe Wednesday or Tuesday. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to put together a 10-minute hunt. That's goofy. But maybe we'll put together, at least 20 minutes worth of hunting, something like that. So, all right, guys, let's start with the deals. Now, the biggest deal I got was the Batman sign. I saw this at Ross. I went and took it up to the front there, and I said, hey, listen, this one doesn't have a price, number one. And number two, it's missing some of the parts that are in it, and usually the little charging cord, I think, that comes with it. They looked at it, and the manager said, will you do $2? And I said, heck yeah. Heck yeah, I'll do $2. So I got that sign for $2. It works. I just tested it out a little bit ago. So deal. I had a bunch of those micro USB cables running around here. So anyways, the other item I picked up, I don't know why I all of a sudden found a bunch of these goofy signs everywhere. But the other sign that I got, one of my favorite characters, boom, Deadpool for $12. There you go. Yeah, I'll pay for this sign. I could put it up next to one of my arcades that is out there in the living room area. I don't know, or not in the living, but the arcade room. And it's just nice ambiance, right? So anyways, I picked him up. Very cool. $12. Usually what? How much is that? I don't know. 20 or 30, something like that. The other deal we picked up, this might not be a huge deal for you guys, but sometimes you find these markers. These are really nice to get because sometimes you need to mark up a face or mark up a action figure, mark up something. They add to the color. You might need to, touch up a little bit of color. So always keep some of those markers on hand. The other deal that we found, at Ross, now I had been leaving, I only picked these up because, again, I love my custom fodder, and I had all, you guys saw how many Crocs were around. You guys saw how many Outbacks were around in the hunting video. So I picked up one more Croc for $11.99. They're everywhere, these things. They're hitting everywhere. And I just picked up one more. Then I picked up another Outback because of all the fodder and weapons and stuff that come with them. So, I mean, it's just... there's plenty out there. Ross is still getting stuff. We're going to talk about this in the news, but Ross is still getting things slowly in. Like I said before, it won't be a huge, burst of toys. That probably will happen closer to, late October, early November, somewhere in there. But still, Ross will trickle some stuff out there. It might be worth your time if you're near one to go visit it once a week, maybe, to find something. So keep an eye out. The other deal that we got, a local comic shop was still having a little bit of a sale there, 50% off of some toys. And my local comic shop, I don't know where they found this or how they traded for it, $15 for this Snake Eyes. So $15 for this, 100%. I'll pick it up. I'll take it. All right. Now let's talk about some of the not deals, some of the regular things that we picked up, right? So some of the regular things that we picked up, number one, early in the week, we saw this guy. I don't have a figure of him or a representation of him at all. So I decided to go ahead and pick him up because, you know, he was a big part of my childhood. And I remember despising this guy. But at the same time, as much as I despised him, you know, I look back and I remember he played an integral part in that whole story of the WWF. I know it's called WWE, but I don't care. It's always going to be WWF to me because that's what it was when I was growing up. Boom. Jimmy Hart, the mouth. So anyways, I don't have a representation of him, so I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on him. I found him out there. You guys saw the video. I found Hulk Hogan. I found Andre. I found the Sheik. I found them all out there. And they were great. I couldn't pick them all up. I have a representation of the ones that I want from that wrestling line. But hey, I'm a big wrestling fan of the old days. But you know, some of the newer stuff doesn't interest me, but you know, the old days interest me, and I will always be a sucker for some old school, you know, wrestling figures. Love that. Love that. All right. Another item we picked up, you guys saw this in the video. It was as if I got a message from above. I said I wanted an Elder Predator, and in one of my visits to Wally, there he was, the Elder Predator, along with about 16 of his brothers. So I said, why not pick up another Elder Predator? Not another one. This is the first one of this kind that I picked. I want to open him, check him out, see what he's like, and we'll go from there. Very happy to have that. Now, the next item that we have, and this you're not going to see. You're going to see probably mid this week coming up because I just found him. I've actually found the entire collection up there for sale. And you guys will see in the next toy hunt video where I found them all of them, every single one of them. I picked up Spider-Man Infinity Saga, the Tom Holland version. So I don't have this version. I never did. And I want to check him out, see what it's like. I know some people don't like this version because he doesn't have the lines colored in. I'm okay with that. I just want to see what it's like. So we'll check it out. I think this is a reissue, but I'm not 100% sure. He's definitely not the one that comes with the new Spider-Man wave. So, all right, moving on. The next item that came through the door from Big Bad Toy Store was one of my favorite figures. He doesn't really fight. He doesn't really provide critical insight, but boy, did he make me laugh as a little kid. And he is a critical part of the team for the comedic perspective, Snarf. Anyways, I had to pick him up when I saw him. I know some people feel kind of cheated by him because he's, you know, he's not all the plastic that you want. He's not a full figure or whatever, but I'm fine with it. I got a Snarf. I'm good. I'll only ever get probably that one. So I'm happy with it. Glad it came through the door. Glad I ordered it. Now, if you guys were keeping an eye out, you saw that Wolf Spider came back up to Walmart, and I went ahead and picked up another two. And you're going to say, hey, man, why don't you leave some for us? I didn't pick those up at the store. I picked those up online. They were available to everybody for hours. So just pay attention to the interwebs or to the Instagrams or the intertubes. And then you'll find out that they're out there, and I picked them up for retail price. I'll probably good with that many unless they run another sale on them. And I might pick up a couple more. I do like the entire look of them. I like the SWAT aspect, or the parajumper style aspect of them. So I really dig it. I don't like the shotgun that he comes with, but that's easily remedied by providing a Valaverse weapon for him, or any of the other hundreds of weapons that I have nowadays. So good pickup, regular price. You know, don't pay scalper prices. He might even still be up on Walmart for that price. So go get him. All right. Other figure I picked up, or actually this figure came through the door and I actually saw him at GameStop a little while ago. Again, that'll be in the next hunt video. And that is the Mandalorian Fleet Commander. I was looking for Balin, I think. Balin? Yeah. You know, the Ahsoka Jedi guy. The one with the beard who sadly passed away on us last year. Gosh, I really like that character. I'm hoping that he might continue, but I'm not sure how they do it. Probably another actor. I mean, maybe. But anyways, I picked him up. Looks great. Very, very selective now on what I pick up from Black Series. You know, you guys are going to see. I saw a lot of good figures, but they don't call to me. Like some of the Mandalorians, like some of the outfits, like some of the lore. So if they don't call to me, I just don't pick them up. I don't bother with them. So anyways, I picked him up. Now, this I picked up a couple of weeks ago, but I never showed him to you. He'll be coming out of the box. He's one of my favorite characters as a kid. He made some poor decisions. Some rather poor decisions. But he ended up crawling back out of that. And he ended up, you know, working his way back into Hollywood and coming up in some great films. None other than Mr. Pee Wee Herman, paging Mr. Herman. So I like Pee Wee. I had to pick him up. I'm going to put him on my display shelf out there somewhere. He made me laugh a ton with that little romper room that he had in there. And his Big Adventure. That was hilarious to me. It's one of my favorite movies. So last thing we picked up, and this is just silly. I always pick up for my office. I pick up, because you can't entirely be a 100% business. You got to kind of remind yourself every now and then of where you came from and what you were as a kid. In my office hangs the most professional calendar you've ever seen. Boom. So anyways, I always pick up a little calendar, action calendar there and put it in my office because, anyways, you know, it's good to remind yourself of what you love and what you came from. So, all right, let's get to the news. And as you'll remember, I told you there's not a lot to talk about because it's the beginning of the year. Things are starting to spin back up, but there's still some to talk about. And the first thing, as always, we start off with my bread and butter, G.I. Joe. Number one, the Vamp, or the Clutch and Vamp, and apparently the Techno Viper with heat-seeking missiles. It has just arrived on the U.S. coast, on the shipping ports. Now, what's confusing to me, and you guys can correct me, I know I'm bringing you some news, but I by no means am the definitive source and the master of all news. So sometimes I don't get it right. But I do not remember the Techno Viper with heat-seeking missiles going up for pre-order. I know Vamp went up for pre-order because I got about 3 of them on pre-order. But I don't remember the heat-seeking one coming up. Is that going to be coming up later? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments because I don't remember a pre-order for it. Or if there was, I freaking missed it. And I'm going to have to go to eBay and start begging scalpers for it. So all I know is that they're starting to hit U.S. shores. And hopefully they'll start sending out pretty soon. Now, the other ones that have come through also are hitting the shores are Retro Scarlet, Retro Duke, and Retro Recondo. So looking forward to all those. I have all of these on back order or on pre-order and, you know, waiting with bated breath to get those through the door. Hopefully they use the better card stock and we don't get them all goofified with like we did with the previous bunch. Now, real quick, I want to talk about something. A couple of things. I should have talked about this earlier. Number one, if you guys don't know, haven't watched this channel or whatever, Figure Fever, he's a good friend of the channel. You know, give him some love over there. Number two, some recent reports of comments missing from the comments section. I should have talked about this earlier before we got into the news, but I guess it's kind of the news as well. Some of you guys have said that some of your comments have been missing from the comment section. Well, I looked online and I found out that this is a thing on YouTube, and these are some of the things that happen from it. Apparently, they have an algorithm that goes out there and just looks and, for some reason or another, marks your comment as hateful or whatever the algorithm thinks it is, and just strikes it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I do know that apparently they're trying to fix it, but they haven't. And if, you can report it, but it's just a mess, guys. So just know that I do not delete comments. I haven't deleted comments in about 5 months. Only time I delete comments is if, something's hateful, something's, racist or so, all that hateful stuff. I don't put up with it one bit. But if you're providing me with some constructive criticism, if you're providing me with some information, if you're, if we're discussing the pros and cons of figures, gosh, even if you say, hey, I think your project sucked, I'm good with that. You're not, as long as we're, being, somewhat respectful to each other, that's fine. It's okay. Like I said, the last time I deleted a comment was like 5 months ago, and it was because it was, it had nothing to do with toys. It had everything to do with this person just being hateful. So I just, bye, but he's been the only one out of, tons of people. And like I said, I do not offend easily. And, a lot of veterans don't offend easily. So we have a different type of humor. So anyways, just know, guys, that I appreciate it when you guys comment. I definitely don't get offended. I like to have a purposeful conversation, critique my, presentation, critique my project, offer me positive feedback if you like as well. That's greatly appreciated as well. So anyways, guys, I appreciate all that you guys do. And I'm sorry if some of your comments getting deleted. It was not me. And I, haven't done it in months. So anyways, the other thing we're going to talk about real quick is the Vanguard. Pre-orders for that should be going up this week, actually, on Monday maybe, or Tuesday. Who knows? Pretty soon. I don't know which one of these I'm going to get first. Now, if you guys saw that kerfuffle last week where apparently the Valaverse website had the Vanguard on its website for $99. Yes, I was one of the ones that jumped on that and said, I'll take 4, please. Bobby Vela could not refund my money quick enough. Anyways, within minutes, that money was refunded and that was taken down. So if you guys missed it, it was rather funny, but at the same time, I don't know with Bobby. Sometimes he does crazy stuff, man. So I was thinking, hey, you know what? The first 100 people go grab you some for $100 so you can spread the word. But no, it was a mistake. It was a placeholder. I'm fully prepared to pay the agreed upon or the published price for the Vanguard. But I just thought it might, like I said, you never can tell with Bobby. Maybe he was doing this as a thing for fans. I don't know. I thought he might have been. And then later on he said, hey, if you were paying attention, you could have got it for $100. But you never know. But again, I'm fully intending on paying the, amount that he said it would cost. So that's 100% fine with me. Bobby, you created a lot of publicity with that error. So, but anyways, I'm looking forward to the Valaverse Vanguard. So, anyways, Angel for the X-Men. We got some more pictures of it. I really like this figure. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it looks amazing. There's a picture of the front. Deluxe packaging looks great. Here's a picture of the back. Also looking great. So yeah, I like it. And this is an odd one here. Very odd. But it is a cool looking figure. This is by Lucifer Studios. What a name. For the Archangel Michael. Okay. I usually do not. I stay well away from religion and mostly politics on my show. But this is just, look, I'm just looking at it as an action figure. And as an action figure, this looks great. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, moving on to Dark Wolf from the Frazetta Girls. Dark Wolf is I've already got my shipping label created last week, and actually the FedEx said it should be arriving Tuesday. So I'm super excited to get this figure. I'm definitely going to do a review on it. Yeah, it should be shipping out. You guys should be getting it already. The other thing is this Azure Lion by, I think it's Maestro Union or Fury Toys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't beat me up too much. But here's the lion we talked about last week. He looks fantastic. I'm definitely going to be picking this up. Just looks great. Looks great. Fantastic. The other figure that I saw is this Sayuten Doji, I think, Immortal Legend. I don't know who makes this one. Oh, Maestro Union, once again makes it. It just looks fantastic as well. I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up, but yes, it does look great. What else do we got? Oh, and I probably will pick this one up. I'm going to have to go ahead and put in. Now, I've been saying this for freaking years. I've been saying this forever. Why can't we just do some rooted hair for these 1/12 scale action figures, especially females? If you look at this gray wizard, look at that hair. I mean, you guys see that. And it gets the heck out of your way so you can pose the figure. It's not that gloppy mess of a stuck-on hard plastic. It's rooted hair. I mean, you have the option to go use that immovable glob of plastic, but I'd rather use the rooted hair. Now, I know some of you are going to say, I bet it's going to look like a poofy mess. Maybe. But there are ways to make the hair stay down, or that strand go down. You can always use some baby oil to work that down and make it stay down. So, you know, some of us have used that trick before with some of these, what is it, that Vampirella line. She used to have that rooted hair as a 12-inch figure, and then you could put some, like, baby oil on it and make it do a specific... Anyways, it's not rocket science. They can make it work. Now, I do understand if they don't do it because it's costly and prohibitive. So I get it for anything under like $30. Probably it's just prohibitive. But for something that's $100, yes, do that. Stop messing around. Anyways, guys, that's all the news that mattered to me this week, and hopefully informed, entertained, or amused you. If you've gotten this far, as every other person says, please like, please subscribe, please share. I hope I entertained you. I hope I informed you and maybe possibly amused you. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. As you saw in my previous hunting video, I picked up another vehicle. Go check out that hunting video if you haven't. And I picked up that vehicle, and I'm going to do some modifications to it. Now, that one is going to be a Joe vehicle. It's slightly different from the Cobra Venom Tracker, which is a vehicle that a viewer named that I did months back. But this is going to be a Joe vehicle because I think, you know, with the Cobra Venom Tracker, the Hiss vehicle, the Cobra Claw that I did when the channel first started, I've done quite a few Joe vehicles. And I think I need to do one more Joe vehicle before I can concentrate on another Cobra vehicle. So I'll be modifying this next vehicle to be a Joe vehicle, and then we'll concentrate again on some more Cobra vehicles. For some reason, to me, Cobra vehicles seem more fun because they're more outlandish and crazy. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Hey, remember why we do this hobby. We do this hobby for fun. We do this hobby to put a smile on our faces. We do this hobby to get away from the world for a little while if it's making you feel a little rough. So don't get all caught up in this hobby and the drama and the silliness. Just know it's supposed to bring you joy. That's what it's supposed to do. And if it's not bringing you joy, then you're doing something wrong. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, as long as you keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.